Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So this is the set I'm going to create in today's video, and for a change I'm going to be using CJP's Acrylic. So these are the colours that I'm going to use. This is Blurple, it's one of my favourite colours from them, and the Periwinkle, which I did use in another video quite recently as well. So I'm going to be using my new hand as well, which is super flexible for me, and it's so easy to move in between. So this first colour that I'm going in with is called Baby Boy from CJP, but for some reason I'm seeing it as like a greeny colour rather than a blue, so I do end up changing it and going with the Glitterbels Blue Pastel. So I do a comparison beside them just to let you know the difference in the colours. So I am going to be doing a 3-colour ombre on the nails. So whenever I'm doing an ombre, I always prefer to let the colours start to cure in between. So I'm going to do all the baby blue pastel on all the nails, bar the ring finger, which is going to be a full cover of the Blurple, which I absolutely love. And then I go in with my second colour. I do find that whenever you're doing an ombre, it's so much better to try and let the first colour you put down start to cure. That way when you go in with your next colour, it's not going to blend in with the colour, you're going to get more of a true ombre. So onto the ring finger, and this is the Blurple that I was talking about. It is absolutely gorgeous, and one of the things that I love about it is it doesn't marble. A lot of the Glitterbels purples, they do tend to marble, but this one doesn't, so I absolutely love it. So the reason I haven't went ahead and did all the rest of the fingers with the blue is because I am going to change the colour, and that's why I haven't went any further. So I do think after I've done the ring finger, I do the comparison of the colours just to let you see. So I've got out the blue pastel from Glitterbels, and when you put it up beside, so I've got both of the little pots here, you can definitely see that Baby Boy from CJP is definitely more on the green side. So I am going to go ahead and do the blue pastel on the rest of the nails, and then I will go ahead and I'll file off the little finger and go back in with the blue pastel. In kind of like the past few videos that I've done, you know, whether it's been on my own nails or whether it's been on any of my training hands, I am absolutely loving the kind of really straight nails, square straight nails with a very low C curve. So the nail tips that I'm using here are actually the deep C curve tips from Nailed by Lucy, and what I've done is I've flattened them out, you know, so that it doesn't have that really deep C curve. There is quite a few of the girls on Instagram that are also doing this shape, and I do think it's really lovely, and I know somebody is going to comment underneath and say, you know, it would be much nicer with a C curve, but I just love this shape. And another person I will, you know, sort of say that does this shape all the time and they're absolutely lovely is Dawn Marie. So if you follow her on Instagram, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So onto the thumb, and again this is going to be the same as the other finger, so I'm going in with the blue pastel. So I'm starting on the free edge and just making sure that I've got it right out to all the corners, and then I'm going to feather it up towards the cuticle area, so whenever I go in with my next colour I'm not going to get any harsh lines. In with my second colour now, and this is Periwinkle, so I'm doing it just above where I've done that feathering of the blue pastel. I'm feathering it up again towards the cuticle, and then now I'm going to blend it in over that previous acrylic that's already on. Another thing that I find that helps, especially when you're doing an ombre nail, is to work quite wet. So if you're working quite wet, you're going to really kind of, this is hard to explain, hold on, I think. Whenever you're doing the blending over the other acrylic, if it is really, really wet, you get sort of like a, I can't even think of how I'm going to explain this. It's almost like a water wash or a whitewash. What is it they call it? Like a paint wash, I think. Please help me. But anyway, I do just find that whenever I work that little bit wetter, I do get a much nicer ombre. So back to the middle finger now and in with the next colour, which is the Blurple. I absolutely love the blue and the purple ombres. I just think those two colours, just ombre, really, really nice. And always remember, if you're not too happy with your ombres, you can always add a little bit of glitter and it will cover anything up. So on the rest of the nails, it's going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to let you go ahead and watch me do that. But just while I'm on here, I just want to thank you all for your support. And if you are new to my channel, thank you for watching. And if you want to help support my channel, you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And for those of you who haven't already hit the notification bell, you could go ahead and hit that now and you'll not miss any more of my videos. Okay, so back to the pinky now, and I'm going to start to file off that baby blue, which definitely has a green tinge to it. So I'm not going to show me filing it all off, but I am going to show you me going in and doing the ombre the same as the rest of the nails. And just to add a little bit of sparkle, I'm going to add some glitter, just kind of here and there over the nails, because who doesn't love a bit of glitter? So I'm going to, this one here that I'm using is Amethyst, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I am going to go ahead and use the Supernova, which is amazing. It's absolutely amazing when I put it over these nails. It just, oh, just wait and see. Here is the Supernova. It is, I just hope that the video really gives it justice, because it is just absolutely gorgeous. And once the top coat and everything is on, these nails really come to life. I absolutely love this one. I'm trying to think of what Glitterbels would be very similar to the Supernova. I would say possibly Earth, sort of a mix between Earth and Michaela would probably be maybe very similar, maybe with a little bit of Rainbow Crush. Oh my goodness, no, just Supernova from CJP is just amazeballs. Onto the thumb, and I thought then I'll go in with the Supernova from the free edge upwards. As you can see, the Supernova kind of takes on whatever colour is beneath it. So you're going to get, if you're using different colours on your nails, you're going to get a different effect every time. I think this is one of the reasons why I love this one so much. So now that I've got all the coloured acrylic on and all the glitter on, I'm going to go ahead and cap the nails using glass slippers. So I'm not going to show all the nails being capped, just to keep the length of the video down, because they are all capped in exactly the same way. Now that they've all been capped and it's all cured, I'm going to go ahead and do my normal filing routine. So I start at the side walls. I always make sure they're nice and straight, and then I'll go to my lower arch and make sure that's nice and straight and coming out in line with the natural nail bed. This is what I'm doing right now, as you can see. And then I usually go to the free edge and make sure that's nice and straight and the shape that I want it. Once I've done all that, I normally swap over from my Glitterbels metal board file to a normal board file, because it just gives you that little bit of flexibility. But because these nails, they're quite flat nails, I'm just doing the majority of the work with the metal board file. So now that I'm happy with the sidewalls and the free edge, I'm going to swap over now to just a normal board file to go around the cuticle area and just to refine over the rest of the nails. So I'm always filing in an upward motion, just up towards that apex. That's going to keep the height of my apex and the strength and structure of my nail. So I'm just going to continue just to buff over all the nail, just making sure there's no obvious lumps and bumps. And then whenever I'm happy with it, I'll go ahead and use my buffer just to take out any of the harsh lines. When you're filing your nails, especially your client's nails, I always turn them around and look at them from the aspect that the client would be looking at them, because you do get a complete different picture as well, and it just gives you a better idea of any lumps and bumps that might be not visible from your eye view, but your client could see them. So I hope I've explained that right. So now that they're all buffed in, I'm going to go ahead and wipe them all over with some alcohol just to remove any of the dust. And now I'm going to go in with these Glitterbels Unbelievable Gels to do the squiggly lines. So I call this kind of nail art squiggly lines because I don't really know what other name to call it, but it is so popular at the minute. I'm seeing it all over Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, it's everywhere. So I'm using more or less the colours that I've used in the acrylic. I'm using like a pastel blue and a lilac as well, and then I'm just going to highlight them with some of the white. Before I use any of the gel paints, I always give them a mix up because sometimes the pigment can lie to the bottom of them. Not too much with these ones, but some of the other brands you really do need to mix it up. I have however noticed that the blue one you definitely do need to mix it up because it's mixed with the white and sometimes you get like a marble effect. So just remember that whenever you're using these gels, that you do need to mix them up. So the first colour I'm going in with is Blue Avenue, and it's absolutely gorgeous against this Blurple. I just think it gives it almost like a highlighter effect or like a neon effect. It is so pretty. So with these designs, there's no set pattern or anything. It's literally you just put your squiggly lines where you think you want them to go. And as normal, if I make any mistakes or anything, I'm leaving them in this video just for you to see, because sometimes you can put a line in a place and it just, once you see it done, it maybe just doesn't go. So yeah, you can take it off and start again. That's the beauty of doing gel polish artwork on top of acrylic. You're not going to mess any of the acrylic below. And then next I'm going in with the white gel. So I have cured this in between each colour, just so that the colours don't blend together. You get a clear definition of the different colours. So they were just flash cured for 15 seconds. And then I went in with the next colour. So if you do have a lamp that is a little bit older or the wattage of it just isn't quite high, give it a cure of 30 seconds or more, because sometimes what happens is if it's a weaker lamp, whenever it starts to wrinkle, you kind of need quite a good lamp to be able to flash cure these gel paints, which is what I have noticed. I had done another set before and I thought that I could flash cure them with my little portable torch, and they just really wrinkled. So what I had to do was just file it all off and go back in and redo it and then cure it in my LED lamp rather than the little torch. I don't know what I was doing there, but I must have been cockeyed or something, because I went completely over that blue. So I'm just taking it off with a little bit of acetone and then I'll go back in and redo it. So I'm going to let you watch me just do these squiggly lines, as I call them, and I'll come back just before the end. Onto the little finger, and I'm getting in with Luscious Lilac. I think this is the only time I used the lilac, spit that out, the lilac colour, because I think it was just a little bit too muted. I definitely preferred the Blue Avenue and the white together. So I do go in with some of the white as well. Again, I have cured the Luscious Lilac before I went in with the white, because you can see that I do actually make a mistake here. And well, it's not that I made a mistake, I just didn't like the shape of the white that I've done. So I was able to go in and just wipe it off and the lilac was still okay. So middle finger part 2. I don't know what I was doing with that white. I just didn't like it. And oops, I did actually use the lilac again. I completely forgot that I used it twice. In fact, I might have actually used it more than twice, come to think of it. I don't have the set right in front of me while I'm doing this voiceover. But yes, I go back in with the lilac and then I go over and highlight it with the white. So onto the pointer finger and in with Blue Avenue again, and I've left this one in because I do bring this one up right around the cuticle area and bring it into like a little swirl, and whenever I looked at it, I didn't really like it, so I took it off and just kept the original part of the bit that I'm working on right now. I kept, but I took away the swirl. But I do always like to leave the, the things that I don't like or make mistakes in the video, just to let you see that I'm not perfect. And, it's not, as long as I've been doing nails, I still make mistakes. And I think sometimes, especially when you're doing something free-handed and, just out of your head, if you know what I mean, we do make mistakes, we kind of follow lines and don't like them and just take them off. Yeah, I really thought that swirl I don't know, it was just completely different to the rest of the nails. So I just took it out. So in with the white now, and I'm just going to highlight over that squiggly line, and then I'm going to move on to the thumb. onto the thumb, and I'm going in again with the Blue Avenue, and I'm just going to do something very, very similar to the ring finger. I just absolutely love the Blue Avenue just running down the center of the nail. So because it is a thumbnail, I am going to do it a little bit thicker than I did on the ring finger, and then I'll go in and highlight it again with some of the white. I thought with it being the thumbnail and, you know, one of the biggest nails on the hands, I would go in with the third colour, the Luscious Lilac, but it just was too muted. It didn't really stand out, so I just took it off and kept it with the blue and the white. So now that all the gel polish has all been cured, I thought it would be nice just to go in and add some butterflies. So I have some butterflies that are along the same colours that I've used in this set, and I just thought they would add just something a little bit extra. So these particular ones that I'm using are from CJP, and they are available on their website. Now to go ahead and seal everything on the nails, I'm going to go in with a no wipe top coat, and we can just see these nails, especially the ones that have glitter on them, just start to come to life. The Supernova glitter is just, it's so amazing just once the top coat goes over it, and you'll really notice it when it comes to the pointer finger. And here is the finished set. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. Just look at that supernova. It's amazing. And for those of you that haven't already subscribed, you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And I'll be back with another video. So take care. See you soon. Bye.